This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. A Las Vegas-based not-for-profit founded by former IndyCar driver Sam Schmidt that is dedicated to advancing spinal cord research and treatment is planning to relocate its headquarters to Carmel. Conquer Paralysis Now announced today that it will spend $21.4 million to purchase, renovate, and equip the former Five Seasons Family Sports Club facility and create up to 40 jobs by the end of 2026. The facility will house the organization's headquarters and its second Driven Neuro Recovery Center, which will provide fitness, wellness, and rehabilitation for people affected by paralysis and other neurological conditions. CPN plans to begin work on the facility next week and begin relocating to Carmel by the end of this year. The not-for-profit expects to start providing client services in 2024. The Federal Trade Commission announced today that a California company has terminated its $875 million acquisition of Bloomington-based Cook Medical's reproductive healthcare business. An FTC statement did not say when or why the deal was called off, but called the move a win for patients. Holiday World and Splash and Safari has revealed full details of its new Good Gravy family roller coaster planned for its Thanksgiving section. The theme park is investing $10 million in the coaster, set to open next May, that it says will be the first of its kind in North America. The family boomerang coaster will feature a train shaped like a giant gravy boat that will be pulled backwards uphill before flying through the station on a cranberry-colored track. The nearly 1,500-foot-long ride will hit a maximum speed of 37 miles per hour. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Tennessee-based Landmark Recovery is planning to implement a 30-day employee furlough beginning this week. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
Our partners at WPTA TV report the decision comes after the Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction revoked the licenses for 3 of the company's Indiana locations. The company confirmed last week that the license for the Praxis Landmark Recovery Centers in Mishawaka, Bluffton, and Carmel were revoked. The move followed 3 deaths that were reported within a week at the Mishawaka Center. The St. Joseph County Police Department requested that the center's license be revoked. In addition to the deaths, the department says the facility has been the cause of more than 200 calls to police and fire departments in 2023. In an email obtained by WPTA, Landmark's administrator said the decision to furlough employees was made after learning the company's Medicaid insurance contracts would be canceled. It also said they wanted to discharge or transfer all patients at the centers. An exact number of employees affected by the furlough was not immediately stated. Landmark officials told the station the company is fighting what it called, quote, untrue narratives about the facility and that more people may die because of the closures, which will begin on Thursday. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
When the new Indiana State Police post in Evansville opens next year, the Regional Forensics Laboratory will encompass an entire floor, relieving workers from cramped quarters in the existing building and boosting casework productivity, often stifled by a lack of room. ISP Superintendent Doug Carter told IIB the new facility being built next to the current structure on US 41 near I-64 will house post employees on the first level and lab workers on the second. The Evansville project is part of an $80 million plan that includes 2 other new ISP facilities in Fort Wayne and Lowell. Indianapolis-based TechPoint says its goal to add 41,000 tech workers by 2030 is already paying off. Vice President Dennis Trinkle tells IIB the state's tech workforce has increased by 5.6% so far this year compared to all of 2022, and those early results can be attributed to a lot of collaborative efforts.
That's part of the thinking behind Mission 41K is that we need to get the actors together, working on big solutions, but also collaborating and innovating in their own organizations, innovating in partnerships. And we've seen all of that. There have been big strategies, like adopting a skills-based approach to hiring, leaning in on adult apprenticeship and other work-based learning pathways into a tech career, setting up programs that are inclusive, that help us to train, to attract, and support individuals who historically haven't had paths into technology.
The 5.6% increase is double the national tech workforce growth rate last year and well ahead of the average 2% annual growth the state has seen over the past 30 years. Pacers Sports and Entertainment Vice President Danny Lopez is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.